NKS is Narikalyan Shangal. It's a South Asian word, and it means Women's Welfare Group. We work for women and their families. It's mainly, our services are geared mainly towards South Asian communities, but we work for all local communities.
Covers a range of activities for women here. First of all, we give them information, we do benefits with them, health.
Climate Challenge project is part of Scottish Government's program. As South Asian communities, we want to get involved as well. We want to contribute as well to make this planet to be a better place to live.
Over a period of just 10 years, the amount of ice that's melted literally disappeared. Houses gone down into the sea. And that's because the sea level is rising. We had to bring that knowledge to our ladies. We had to show it to them, what's happening, what we're doing to the wildlife.
For us, it was like, doing small changes, making small changes within ourselves, within our families, then with the community.
If you can show it to them, that by the time you have your grandchildren or great-grandchildren, they might not have these animals to look at. They might not have this forest anymore. So I think that's important. When we first started off, our ladies, the ones who come into our groups, they questioned us. They said to us that, me as an individual, what difference will I make? So we had to make them understand that every little bit makes a difference. That you as an individual, if you think you're doing yourself some good for yourself as well as the environment, that has a big impact. The Climate Challenge Fund, we are supposed to reduce our footprint. So that's energy. That means electricity at home we use, central heating. Most of the ladies used to leave it up to their husbands, their sons, till we turn around to them and say, it's not that difficult. You yourself can set your central heating to a certain standard. You yourself can make changes. Suddenly, they started understanding everything. So when our ladies first came up to us and we started teaching them about energy and all that, they asked us, how do you measure it? How would I know what I'm spending? So we started getting energy monitors.
Climate Challenge worker put a meter in people's house, and they organized so many field, actually quite field training to how to save energy, electric bill, and so on.
As soon as you put a kettle on, it shows you exactly how much you're using, how much it's costing you. So if we kept it right in front of their faces, they started reducing it. And then they started seeing how their bills go down.
Our young generation group, she came to me and said that, Firdausi, my children, did it before, they didn't switch off anything and all these things. My electric bill was very high. Now this month came less, and then I feel, that's good. Home gardening, naturally they can grow their fruit, veg, Everybody had small garden, and so that gardening we started to teach them.
Potato, spinach, mint, chili, tomato, cucumber is the market one, is home one, is a really different taste. Is a really sweet and soft. Is a really good taste. Is the home ones. Organic things, is other things, is the plants gave me oxygen. Is good for environment.
Composting. We didn't have a clue. Be very frank, I didn't have a clue what goes in it, what doesn't grow in it. I thought composting was done by big organizations. They taught us that no, little bit you can have it. No matter what you do, you can do your own.
A few years back, I was used to plant food. So now I didn't use this because I make my own soil. I dig a little hole, I put food waste in there, and then I put soil top of it, and I put rock and stone top of it for save from cat.
We did upcycling of food, and amazingly, everybody out there, they realize how much our ladies have always done it. They've always done that at home. So this year we're producing a book as well, a recipe book. It's all their own recipes that our ladies do, and I think that gives them a lot of confidence that she might be a housewife, she might be a mother, she might be a grandmother, but she's got a lot to offer, and we got other people listening. We had to explain to the ladies what difference it makes if you eat seasonal grown product. We learned all of that from the Royal Botanic Garden. So the big challenge for our ladies was what we harvested that day, we bring it in, put it in front of them, and then they would turn around and say, this is what we'll cook.
Dealing with groups like NKS is we are exploring a whole different cultural space, and we all learn through that process. It's really interesting for the staff here. We learn things that we pass on. For example, over the summer, other NKS groups, we've explored cooking things that we would consider either unpalatable or possibly even poisonous.
Things like beetroot. We had never eaten beetroot curry and didn't even think about it, but our ladies did it. They came up with this, oh, I can make a curry out of that.
We're obviously using really fresh local ingredients, but with a traditional, I suppose, approach of South Asia.
I've tried a little bit of everything, the cumin rice, the beetroot and potato curry, and the spinach curry, and it was just delicious. The food just sang.
I love the fact that you can come here and taste food from other cultures, and it's one of the lovely things about Edinburgh that we've got such a rich variety of cultures and traditions here, and how they're all coming together in community.
We did a lot of recycling. The reason for the recycling came around that we had a lot of material. So we said, okay, fine, let's find ways of what we can do with it. Instead of throwing it away, let's reuse it. So that is again, less things sent to the landfill.
So both of the groups decided to do furniture this time, that they've all got all 4 furniture pieces in the house, bring them to NKS, so we kind of strip it down, sand it down, paint it, whatever they want, how they want, what they want to do with it. Then the material that they've got in the house, it just shows that even the same old furniture has started to look really nice and new, so yeah.
Christmas time is coming, so we thought, why not making candle holder? I will teach them how to cut that and sanding it, and then paint it, design their own creation, own decoration, everything.
It was Naseem's idea, our manager, to make a quilt. They were all told to bring materials in from their old, like kids' uniforms, husbands' jumpers, trousers, whatever.
All the ladies bring old material from home, and we cut it, make it small pieces, and put our foam underneath, and we sew it.
Dynamic Earth was a weekend exhibition which we had, which went on till Tuesday. It was an exhibition we were holding there from NKS. It was recycling food and upcycling and tyres, which we were turning into tables. People were really fascinated there in Dynamic Earth to see that what was happening. We had a lot of tourists in there. They kept on coming over to our table.
Cycling. Some of the older ones used to do it when they were very young. And then all of a sudden they thought, oh, I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I can't cycle. And we said, no, you can.
A lot of them brought their kids along as well, because they put their kids on the kids' bikes, which we have as well. So it was a fun day. It was like mothers and kids together. So that was a really good achievement there. And towards climate challenge, obviously we address it to them all the time. Stop using cars, stop using transport, do sharing, like, transport sharing or even bike is good for your health.
I kind of became a role model for other women because I started telling everyone, look, you know, I didn't even know how to hold a cycling. Now I'm cycling, and I was cycling everywhere. They were seeing me. So they're looking at me. I said, look, I'm so older, you know, and I've learned to cycle. You can also learn. And so many women started learning, and we formed this cycling club. A project that we are running is definitely a huge success. We have seen it from first year to third year, how much awareness we have raised, how much women are talking. I mean, we usually have over 100 women, 150 women in and out of this project every week. And we see how much they're talking about different things, how much they're talking about behavior change, lifestyle. They should be sharing cars, they should be doing this, they should be walking. 3 years ago, nobody was even talking about it. They didn't even understand what does carbon footprints mean, you know, and suddenly everybody seems to know everything that's going around to do with climate change.
Dealing with climate challenges is that it's all about behaviour change, and that's not something you can just tell people to do. You have to actually work with them and explore it with an open mind, because actually it's full of surprises. Quite often you find that the solution isn't what you might have thought in the first place and wanted to hand on to people. It came out of exploring it with an open mind.